So there's genuinely a sense of excitement when you're at the end of the fixing stage and you're wondering, did I get it right? Did the flashing work? Did I have my timings correct? This was 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and as the clock kicks down, you start to really get excited because the success is just phenomenal. I'd say about 1 out of every 2 I shoot turns out well, but when they do, it's quite a feeling. It's so satisfying. And again, in a world of instant gratification, this is something that it takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a bit of chance because it's not going to work every time, but when it does, man, it's great. So we got about 20 seconds left in this fix. I'll take the fixer out, and then we'll put in some water. The water will just clean the inside of the camera, as well as wash the print, so it's ready to be dried and taken away. So fingers crossed, we are going to have a fantastic print. I've been thinking about this shot literally for a month. Here we go. So fixer out. And a little bit of residue or fixer will remain because the paper will absorb it. So you're not going to get exactly the same amount out, but you should be able to get at least 3 to 5 prints off of one set of chemistry. But you'll be able to tell when the chemistry is starting to become exhausted. So it just clicks right back in. Now we're going to do our wash. So at this point, we've developed and we've fixed. So it's not that important, the time at the moment. So this washing phase, we want to get it done, but there's no rush in the development process. So again, the water just goes in. And I like to leave the syringe in this side because I just got to put it back in anyways. So again, gentle rocking motion, nothing big. You don't need to shake it like a martini. It's fine. It really is just sloshing around at the very bottom there. So I've still got my stopwatch running. I'm gonna let this go till I hit 6 minutes. And then, moment of truth. We'll see what we got. So we got 20 seconds. And again, this washing phase, you can wash the print again when you get home. I have a little tray that I put them in. It's not a bad idea. And also you hang them up to dry. This is like a fiber-based paper, so it takes a little while to dry, but the prints are fantastic. So, out with the water. I'm just gonna let gravity get in there. And again, the specialized valve makes sure that it comes through. It's really quite clever. Okay. Put this back with our chemistry. Just clicks right in, and we're ready for our second print. Hopefully we won't do it here, because we're going to nail this. So right now, that is fully developed and ready to go. One thing to note, the developer should be kept out of the sun as good practice. And the other thing I do, just in case, is I put mine in a plastic bag. So if there is an accident, I haven't contaminated anything else. So, haven't had a problem yet, but always a good idea. Okay. Are you ready? All right, so here we go. Been waiting a month for this shot. Let's see if we got it. Yeah! We got it. 1 month. I've been thinking about this shot for a whole month, waiting for the right light, the right day, and my trusty cameraman Charles to come with me. We got it. The only thing I'd change is the dumpster in the corner. Okay, so our first shot of the day, pretty happy. As you can see, it's really about looking for these patterns, looking for shapes. So when we chose this spot, some of the shapes were the metal curve, yet with the circles in between. It really translates well in the final print. Using a foreground object and a background object. So the foreground object, we're lucky because it's massive. You know, it's bigger than me. But if you recall how close I was literally right in front of it, and yet it still isn't that prominent in the frame. I mean, compared to the giant building behind it. It's funny, you can actually see the dumpster here. That's what I used to flash, pre-flash the paper. So I took the camera, moved it around in front of that silver reflective surface for about 10 seconds. And what that does is it helps bring out the midtones and the shadows of some of these other darker sections, which is really useful because the paper is incredibly slow. You know, it's not like film, a negative film. When you're going directly to the paper, it's very slow. So this was 2 minutes, 15 seconds with a 10-second flash. And I have to say, is really happy with the way it came out. You can see all the cobbles and the cobblestones. You can see the marbling and the texturing and the sort of patina that's on the face. So composition was pretty good. I'm gonna make an adjustment because I thought I would get the entire building there and I didn't. But for the first one of the day, super happy. Let's go do another. All right, well, now that we have our print, we're going to do a couple of things. One is the print often will stick in the end, in the thing, so it's a bit hard to get it out. If you happen to have big fingernails, it'll get under a corner and you can pull one out. What I do though is I carry my little trusty Swiss Army knife with me. I just get the corner, and it's still flexible because it's wet. You just get the corner, pull it out, and you're fine. Then we have these frames here, and these frames are great. Ollie, who invented the camera, is always coming up with extra accessories. This one is one he came up with that he makes in the shop, and I was like, that is brilliant, because one of the things when you're in the field is you're like, what do I do with my prints? Well, you just put it in here, and then you can safely put it away in your bag, and you can go on and shoot some more. Oop, I got my magnets reversed. So just gonna pop that in there, and voila, look at that. So if I was an enterprising young man, I could sit here and probably sell these for 20 pounds a piece to passing tourists, seriously. There you go, take it with you. Not gonna get that with a selfie or an Instagram or any digital. Super chuffed. Last thing is you're gonna get a little residual water, and you might get some residual chemical. I always suggest you bring with you a cloth, which I have one down here. I'll get it out in a minute. And you just pat it dry so you're ready for the next shot. The inside as well, as you can see, we have our mask. The mask is what gives us a nice crisp edge. So we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna pat that dry with a tea towel and then move on to the next shot. I'm excited.